Here's lesson 31, part 3, and we're talking about the choices for the shaft plane in light of the shot that you're hitting. So it's about the shaft plane and the shots. Because believe it or not, the shaft plane changes according to the shot that you're hitting. Now, before we do the shots, I'm just going to give you a couple of drills to help you understand the shaft plane. So hopefully you can see I've just got a board here, and the board is resting at the same or parallel to the shaft plane. I take my grip. So here's one of my favourite drills. This is the 3 hinge drill. Keeping my left arm very, very, very still, I'm going to cock my wrist to 90 degrees. Okay? I'm going to stick my little finger out, and around the axis I'm going to rotate the forearms. Now, if you draw a line from the ball through the club, it will go through my upper sternum. I'm now in plane, and now I swing to the top. Now, if you draw a line from the butt of the club to the ball, it's in a totally different plane to the plane board that we've got here at address. Okay? So, if I show you the golf swing into optimum plane, which it is, okay, you can see that the optimum plane, the line from the butt of the club to the ball, is now much above the shaft plane at address. So, let me show you the 3 ingredients. There's 90 degrees of wrist cock. It's pure wrist cock, nothing else. Stick my little finger out, axis of rotation. Look how the left arm rises to the plane. Now, as I said to you a minute ago, if you draw a line from the ball through the butt of the club to my sternum, that is my biomechanical plane, and I swing to the top. Now, according to the club, the relationship between the hands, you can't say that at this point, the toe of the air, the club's pointing down the line. It's a disaster. You're nowhere near the biomechanical plane. So, if I make half a swing in the biomechanical plane, if I stand up, my club head's in it. If I go for the old nonsense about the toe being in the air and the shaft parallel, absolute disaster. It'll kill you. So, if you turn the left shoulder to your throat, I can undo the 3. There's 90 shoulder, 90 forearm, 90 wrist. So you can build it. 90 wrist, 90 forearm, 90 shoulder. But also I can undo it for you. I can swing to the top, undo it. 90 shoulder, 90 forearm, 90 wrist. So you see there's an awful lot of stuff going on. And that's why I built the Explanar. Because when I put you into Explanar and set Explanar at the correct angle for your physique and the club that you're using, you just swing the club around the optimum biomechanical plane, and guess what? You don't have to worry about where the shaft's pointing or where the arms are or the wrists or anything like that. If you have the overall understanding of the biomechanical swing plane, it deals with the detail and the theory. But pros do like to talk about shaft plane. So if we're going to talk about shaft plane, at least understand it in the context of the biomechanical plane. So here's the biomechanical plane, shoulder to the throat. You can see that I'm in plane. If I were to swing on the shaft plane and stand up, I've got a big problem. I'm hugely different there. Okay? So, again, what you could also draw in, just observe this journey. If we take the biomechanical plane from the ball through my sternum, the butt of the club is below it. Now watch it rise. It rises to the plane. It would be disaster to stay on the shaft plane because the butt of the club is so low. And that's what happened to Tiger for a while, and then he had to do that to fix it, and he had all sorts of distortions on the way in. Because he was Tiger, he could manage it. Hopefully I've saved from that pain. So having done that drill to find the optimum biomechanical plane and separate you from the shaft plane, let's talk about how the shaft behaves according to different shots. So I've got a 6-iron here, and I'm going to hit you a straightforward 6-iron golf swing. Here we go. Now, having hit a straightforward shot, I'm now going to hit you a fade shot. Now, when I fade the shot, as I keep the blade open through impact, the shaft will stay down. So, I'm going to go to here, and I'm going to return, and as I fade it, the shaft's going to stay low, I'm going to move this way. So this will be a fade spin shot. The shaft stays low through the swing. Here we go. Coil. You see the ball cutting, and you'll also notice that my body sort of lunged a little bit as it came through the shot. And you'll see that mildly in Faldo swing, and very noticeably in Lee Trevino's swing. So, all things being equal, 6-iron, same ball position, everything else. I'm now going to hit you a draw spin shot, and the shaft will rise as I come through. So here's my bog standard setup. I'll close my stance a little bit. Watch the shaft rise through impact. Here we go. And there's your draw spin. So essentially, in tennis, backspin is a fade, the handle stays down. Topspin is a draw, the handle rises. That movement is critical. If you impose the same shaft plane, you tend to limit yourself to one type of shot. I can imagine you wanting the shaft low with a sand iron cut shot, but not with a driver and draw spin. The shaft's going to rise most of the time.